Hey there everyone, Video Game Cabinet here, and tonight we are back with a review of Cuphead for PS4. I played it on my PlayStation 5. Cuphead released digitally in September of 2017, and I bought my PS4 physical edition in December of 2022. I figured it was about time I get it off the backlog, so I spent this past week playing all the way through the base game, but only briefly dabbled in the DLC for now. Cuphead certainly lives up to its reputation as a devilishly hard run-and-gun shooter that enamored me with its distinct art style while also making me beg for mercy under its insane challenges that I could not stop coming back to. Cuphead instantly captures your attention with its exquisite hand-drawn graphics. It looks just like a 1930s cartoon, and it's absolutely gorgeous. The imagination it took to create every single one of the animated characters is staggering, and it's just a beautiful game to look at from start to finish. The game is mostly made up of boss fights, and each one is brimming with personality and charm as they destroy you time and time again with no remorse. Only the hardcore need apply to Cuphead. This is one of the most brutally difficult games I have played in recent years, but it is fair. The controls are simple and perfectly responsive, and you can persevere if you stay dedicated and learn each of the enemy's patterns one at a time. There are 9 total weapons you can attain through purchase, but I stuck to the standard pea shooter and spread shot for a vast majority of the campaign, while occasionally using the lobber and roundabout. It's important to experiment with different guns on different stages, otherwise you will be beating your head against the wall for hours. There are also 3 super arts, but I pretty much only used the first one. And there are accessory charms, but I just kept the smoke bomb equipped the whole playthrough. The base game of Cuphead takes place across 3 islands that each have several boss battles and a couple of run-and-gun type stages thrown in for good measure. I normally do not prefer the boss rush format in an action game, so I did appreciate the few run-and-gun levels here and there. More of those traditional run-and-gun levels would have been nice, but I must admit that the boss encounters here were also multi-layered with wildly differing phases that it definitely makes my minor quibble more forgivable. Furthermore, some of the boss levels even have you flying in an airplane to mix up the variety from the on-foot segments. Cuphead's zany visuals were truly a delight, and the uncompromising learning curve made conquering this little devil a noteworthy notch on my black belt in beating hard video games. The repetitive nature of dying and restarting over and over again is not for everyone, as you must be a glutton for punishment to make any progress. But the sense of accomplishment for reaching the end screen is undeniable. I rate Cuphead an 8.5 out of 10. And that is my review. This one, I'm glad to finally get it off the backlog. I heard about it back when it came out in 2017, but I didn't want to play it until it went physical, which it did in 2022, I believe. I think I bought this right away when it came out. But that was almost 3 years ago. Right now we're in September of 2025. So yeah, this was December of 22 that I bought that. And I'm finally getting to it now. I was putting it off for a while because I thought it would take a really long time. It's not a very long game at all. It's just, I've spent the last week, I'm not positive how many hours, but a good amount every day for the last week, just really trying to march through this one. You will die over and over and over again. But I definitely would have preferred a little bit of less of the boss rush format. I normally like more run and gun stages to mix up the variety. I think that more of those in tandem with all the boss fights, I think would have bumped this up an extra half point for me. But still, the couple that are there here and there are still really good, and the boss fights themselves are so multi-layered, just interesting and hard. If you like hard games like I do, this is definitely up your alley. And the art style is really something like really distinct. So if you like a lot of those like really hard 8-bit NES games, you know, like Battletoads, Ninja Turtles, Ninja Gaiden, you know, or recently I beat Sunset Riders on Super Nintendo. That was a hard game. Any of those old action shooter type games from the 8 and 16-bit era, this is definitely up your alley. And it looks like an old 1930s cartoon. It's really striking the way it looks like that. Another game that kind of this reminds me of that I played a long time ago is Mickey Mania on the Sega CD. That one has like the very 1930s cartoon look to it, at least at the beginning from what I remember. This game is really just really cool stuff. Very highly recommended if you can tolerate the really intense difficulty and you don't mind practicing over and over again until you get it. But yeah, I'm definitely giving this one a strong 8.5, strong recommendation, strong 8.5 for Cuphead, and have a good night.